couldn't reel that back in, and Vellini, we saw this last week, and he was able to wiggle out of it, and he actually wiggled out of the first inning today, and then it got sideways. We landed 3 of 13 first pitch all-speed pitches. Of the 7 put-away type pitches we had, we executed one of those. Home runs in 0-2, 1-2 counts, extra base hits last night. Just the put-away capability, like you have to find it, and the momentum swing between the put-away and the extra base hit was massive. I think he had 7 extra base hits, and that's a physical, capable team. And we're trying to let Vellini hang in there, and then when it gets sideways, you're almost trying to buy some outs to save a little bit of the bullpen, and that's why we let him try to extend. And we have seen him kind of find that breaking ball and settle in. And I thought the 4th inning, their response in the 4th and our lack of quality at bat, like our at bats in the bottom of the 4th, were as bad as I've seen this year from us. That seemed to be a turning point. I thought Gage battled, shot a ball left field line, right field line. Lunsford, really good life on the fastball. Not the velocity, it's just the ride he had in the breaking pitch. The slower curveball played really well off of the fastball. And he threw a really nice game, and we never could figure out the right answer for him. And the stuff was good for a long time. So tomorrow's a big day. This was unfortunate. You don't ever like to walk out of here with that kind of performance. But the good news is I think we have some guys that are fresh to back up Mendez. So it'll be 0-0 when we get here tomorrow. And whether this was whatever the score was, or like a 1-run game, at the end of the day, you came up short, and we have to respond and freshen up a little bit and try to get back at it. And we need West to be really sharp.
This kind of game hasn't happened with you guys a lot the last 2 years. Are you confident that they'll be able to just flush it with just one game? It doesn't matter if it's 12-0?
Well, if we land 3 of 13 first pitch all-speed pitches and don't put away pitch execution at the rate we did today, like, this will be the result. So you have to execute. Like, I'm not as worried about the score and the response as I am the execution. And some of the things you guys were probably deep down almost ask, why would I comment on some of the things we were doing maybe early in the year in some of these other games? Like, I saw a little bit of this at times where we didn't quite maybe execute, and the at-bats got a little bit reckless and sloppy, and that's what happened today. And it's a good physical team, and they have a lot of older guys that are maybe from all over the place, similar to us, but they played a really good game. So their response to what happened last night was probably not easy, walking in this park this morning to prep for this, but they did a nice job. It was they played a nice game, and I know when to tip my hat. Like, they were better than us today in essentially every phase. I thought we made some nice defensive plays. Lodis going into by the tarp over there. There were a few good things, like Farrow, the nice little play coming to get a little line drive, and Fisher and Estes, that play at the end, but clearly not enough to hang in there today.
Did you feel like they were able to just kind of eliminate the off speed with Joey and on fastballs?
Not necessarily. Honestly, I didn't. We just didn't get it down. Like, he's got it. The stuff, he never got it down, and we've seen him sometimes scuffle a little bit early in the game, and then by the 3rd and 4th and 5th inning, all of a sudden he's on the screws with everything, and we never got to that today. And I do think some of the 1-2, 0-2 type things that turned into extra base hits, those are wind out of the sail moments, and we had a bunch today, and they damaged it.
What happened with Jackson? I think it was from the 5th when he took a pitch that one dugout that hand carried pitcher for him.
He tweaked something, and he's been battling a little bit, so we'll see where he is. But yeah, he tweaked it.
When you have a high carry fastball like Lunsford has, just what does a hitter need to do to try to combat that?
We couldn't eliminate half of the plate, and we couldn't eliminate the secondary pitches. Like, we couldn't recognize fastball, curveball, the tunneling of it. So it was tough, and they need to feel like how they're being pitched, and some of this probably spilled over from how you were pitched last night. And I think when you study post game and look at what you're trying to do, some of the guys were probably pitched in a similar way. but you have to eliminate certain things, whether it's parts of the plate, as much as you can eliminate some of the secondary pitches, or in some cases maybe eliminate a fastball if you feel like you're getting a boatload of the secondary pitches. But it's really an individualized thing. Like it doesn't necessarily create a team-wide answer because not everybody's being pitched the same way. So the idea of you understanding what this feels like and looks like to you and finding a way to eliminate a couple things to simplify it when a guy's on it with 4 pitches, it's not easy to do, but I don't think we push that button enough, or we're able to.
I know there's not many positives to take away from a game like this, but the way that Peyton pitched, just how good was that to see?
It's better. Like he's coming, and there's more in there. Like we got to firm up and torque the breaking ball. It's just got to be a little bit tighter so the slider's a little more effective, and the changeup at times is okay. But he's got a little life on the fastball, 90 to 92, maybe 93 at times. So it's coming, and that's a good arm and a physical kid. And we hope, like with the physicality and the size and the mix, that he's a guy that can really extend outings, whether it's this year or down the road.